Over the last 3 years, the Western game industry has been hit by wave after wave of layoffs. Thousands of developers have lost their jobs. Studios have closed. Projects have been canceled. So the question many aspiring developers are asking right now is simple. Is the game industry collapsing? And should I still try to enter it? So in this video, I want to break down what's actually happening in the game industry right now. Why we're seeing so many layoffs, what the next few years will look like, and whether this is actually the worst time or the best time to start building your skills as a game developer. As someone who's been working in the game industry for many years, I've seen these cycles happen before. Since 2023, the video game industry has gone through one of the largest waves of layoffs in its history. Thousands of developers across the world have lost their jobs. It is estimated that 75% of those jobs were cut in North America and Europe. To understand the cause, we have to explore the aggressive expansion of the industry during COVID. So between 2020 and 2022, some studios overhired as investors were lining up at the door. The demand spiked as many people were forced to stay home. In Canada, I even heard an ad on the radio targeted to teenagers saying basically, if you want to save grandma, stay home and play video games. That was sponsored by the government. I'm not even kidding. NetEase opened 5 studios in North America, 1 in Europe, and funded several others between 2020 and 2023. And then something changed. To understand what's happening in the game industry, you actually need to look at something much bigger, the global tech economy. First, we have to look at the interest rates between 2020 and 2022. Interest rates were very low, so money was extremely cheap to borrow. Companies were encouraged to grow fast, hire aggressively, expand teams. Then interest rates increased. Suddenly, growth was no longer enough. Companies had to become profitable again. Add to that the growing trend of Western studios that completely ignore their target audience during their game development. It's not surprising that game sales are down as gamers are rejecting games that tries to push an agenda or that are trying to lecture their audience. There is also a generalized live service fatigue at the same time as the industry went all in on this trend. Gamers know what they like and what they want. Studios only have to hear what their audience is telling them. Eastern studios who do that are doing just fine. What we're seeing today is not the end of the game industry. It's a cycle. In the past 25 years, we had the 2000 dot-com crash, the 2008 financial crisis, and what we will call the 2022 tech correction. Every time the same pattern happens. Mass hiring, overexpansion, market correction, recovery. If you're studying game development right now, the next few years might be the hardest time to enter the industry in more than a decade. Despite all the headlines, the game industry itself is not shrinking. People are still playing games. In fact, global gaming revenue continues to grow. Great games still sell extremely well. And I might say that in the past 2 years, we've had some of the best games of the decade. If you're learning from these videos but struggling to put everything together into a full environment, that's exactly why I built my full course. You'll build the entire scene step by step in real time, understanding composition, scale, materials, and lighting, so you can apply the same process to your own worlds. These environments were created by students using the same workflow you'll learn here. It's designed for artists who already know the basics and want to create portfolio-level work, not just isolated studies. This isn't about learning tools, It's about learning how professionals build environments. If that's where you're trying to get to, you can check it out in the description. Another fear many students have right now is AI. Will AI replace game developers? AI is a tool, not a replacement. Game development is a complex creative process involving design, art direction, engineering, storytelling, and collaboration. There are many systems working together, and AI will not replace the creative vision, gameplay design, production, art direction. I made a video recently on this topic, and you can watch it by following the link on the screen. But we also need to be honest about the short-term reality. Over the next 2 or 3 years, getting a job in the game industry may be harder than it has been in a long time. Fewer open positions and more developers competing for them. Slower hiring. And if you're studying game development right now, that can feel discouraging. But this is also the moment where many developers quietly build the skills that will define their careers. Some of the best developers in the industry build their skills during difficult periods when jobs were scarce. When the industry slows down, something interesting happens. Developers have time. Learn, experiment, build personal projects, improve your portfolios. You might have to stick to your part-time or full-time job in another field for now. I know this is not what people like to hear, but if you have a vision, a goal, it takes time. A career is not built in a few months after graduation. You have to keep working and learning. We all did. So is the game industry collapsing? No. It's correcting after years of rapid expansion. And when the industry eventually recovers, the developers who kept learning, building, and improving will be the ones ready for the opportunities that follow. There is a great video of Chris Wilson, the creator of Path of Exile, that speaks about the cyclical nature of the game industry. To quote him, "We are preparing for the next boom cycle. In the future, there will be another boom, and that's why it's important to start developing your skills now." You can find the link of this great video in the description. And if you're serious about building a career in the game industry, the most important thing you can focus on right now is your portfolio. Because at the end of the day, studios don't hire resumes, they hire skills they can see. Over the years working in AAA, reviewing portfolios, and mentoring artists trying to break into the industry, I've noticed that most portfolios fail for the same reasons. Not because the artists aren't talented, but because they're missing a few key things studios look for. So if you want to know exactly what recruiters and art directors expect to see, I've put together a free AAA portfolio checklist you can download below. It walks through the structure, presentation, and the production thinking that studios expect from environment artists. There are many tips regarding best practices on ArtStation and LinkedIn, so you can grab it through the link in the description. And if you want more insights into how games are actually made, how studios think about production, and how you can prepare yourself for a career in the industry, subscribe to the channel, because that's exactly what we explore here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. And a quick thank you to the members supporting the channel. Your support helps make these videos possible.